your sleeping schedule is shorter than everybody else's because you have to like kind of wake up between shifts to make sure that people are fed.
Ambrose doesn't do any of this?
He's real good at drinking and sleeping.
Who did this before I was there?
He did.
He's got an assistant now.
Yeah.
She's putting all the work on you now.
Alive.
That's why the entire crew looks like undead, even though they're very much alive.
Rosie tries to play her fiddle a little bit. She starts several songs and then kind of just peters off. People aren't really... The spirit's not there. Yeah. The spirit's not there. And actually, as you...
a little bit.
as you're coming... You can hear the fiddle upstairs, sort of what wakes you up. And as you're coming up the stairs, you run into the dude with the bandana on his head. And he's coming down the stairs. And he just sort of stops in front of you. And he looks at you.
Do I remember who he is? I mean...
Yeah, he's actually the guy who steers the ship at night. And he was... you wouldn't remember him from the bar fight because I think only Melissa made those perception checks.
Yeah.
But he was there. You probably I don't think you would know his name because you really haven't worked with him. He's night shift and you're day shift. But yeah, he gives you this nasty look. And then he continues to walk down the stairs and just shoves you.
Okay, so is it too late for like a sense motive to see what's up going, or?
You can make a sense motive.
Okay, I'm not really good at that. Or perception, or...
It would have to be sense motive.
Okay. Well, so much for that. I don't know anything. I rolled a 3, and I have 5.
Well, before he shoves you, you notice that he's grumpy and looking at you with a mean face.
Do we have a problem, lad? What's up?
You have a problem? Eh?
No, I'm asking if
say?
you do. What's the problem?
What's the problem?
I
got no problem.
all right then.
You got a problem?
No, I just want you to write about something I didn't know what.
How about you just stay out of my way? How about that? Then we won't have a problem.
I guess he's regular crew, right? So he's
he's not one that was press ganged.
So
Yeah.
Little guy, I'm not gonna push my luck.
Kick him down the stairs.
But yeah, I'll just take note.
Okay. And he passes by you.
Oh, no, I'm not. I don't want to die, no.
Pickpocket him.
Yes. That's what I'm thinking, but no. I don't know. Is he pushes me? Do I?
Could you get an attack of advantage on a pickpocket roll if he's distracted with pushing you? So he already expects physical contact. But at the same time, if you have good reflexes, can you be like swipe as you're like falling off of him?
Yeah, I'm not gonna do it. I don't have that big of a bonus. It's good, but it's not that good.
I wouldn't.
So you let him by. Yeah, we know.
I'm a halfling. This guy is what?
He's a human.
Yeah, so he's twice my size.
You notice
He's one of the regular crew.
Mm-hmm. You notice that he's actually missing one ear. Like, I mean, the hole's there. You can probably hear.
Quarter out from my.
Hey, look, I'm holy.
Little sleight of hand. Oh, look what was behind here. Oh.
Never mind, we'll put it back.
In your hole.
Proceeds down below and
Okay, well, I'm not gonna directly confront him because obviously, he's twice my size and one of the regular crew.
but
I understand that we have an issue here, so I'm going up. You said Rosie's on deck, so she's my person I would normally talk to. Hey, do you know so and so with the bandana? Can I talk to her and see if she knows anything about him or what might be up with him? Because she's usually on the deck.
Oh, that crimson cobbler.
Right?
Well, with the bandana.
Here.
Yeah. He's a feckless shite, isn't he? Huh? Glad they don't work night shift, that?
Hey.
Might have to deal with him.
Well, he thinks like he's gotta deal with me already.
Oh, do you have a confrontation?
Yeah, it kind of pushed me a bit. Don't know what's up with him. Give me a dirty look.
I wouldn't know.
Okay. Well, you might have seen or heard something.
I just been trying to play my fiddle. Can't really get into the songs.
It's kind of a sad day.
She starts into another and she's like trying to play obviously happy songs, something upbeat, and she's just like,
No.
she gives up. I think I'll put my fiddle away and get to work today.
See you at dinner.
Yeah, or maybe before.
Maybe.
You know, if you're not up in the lookout tower. Huh?
Sneak down and have a bite
Aye.
for lunch.
Yeah,
Oh God.
you passed your sense motive check.
She starts humming Afternoon Delight.
I'm going home.
So the night shift packs it up, and it's pretty somber. Nobody's gambling tonight. They pretty much just go straight to bed. Croup is passed out still.
Is there anything I should be? I taste the jerky soup and taste it. The cabinet go knock on Peppery's door.
She opens the door. Hello.
Good morning.
Phoebe?
Yes. Pepper.
Say 2 words.
Someone's just jealous because I'm not getting acid thrown on me. I'm sorry to bother you. I don't know if it's too early. If I can come and maybe we could talk about some of your books, maybe things that can help things taste better.
Oh yes. Certainly. Come on in. And she scurries up one of the bookshelves and grabs a couple of books from the top and tosses them deftly onto the tabletop there, and then scurries back down and up the leg of the table onto the tabletop and opens up a book and flips a few pages. Oh, here, this is good. And this might really improve the flavor. I do have some of this kelp if you would like to try it.
Oh yes, please, anything.
It says here that it should be dried, and mine is not completely dried. But here, the fireweed kelp. She scurries up and unties some little bit of fireweed kelp and brings it over to you. And, careful not to touch your eyes after handling this.
Okay, so just add it, the whole thing.
Oh well, you may want to read here. And here. And this is also another good one. Oh, look at this one. And she starts like she's just on a roll. She's got her books and she's. Oh, and that reminds me. And she grabs another couple of books and tosses them out. And pretty soon there's just books all over the floor and any surface that will hold a book. She's opened them up and she's got them ready for you. You should probably be familiar with all of this.
Okay.
Her whiskers are just twitching away. Oh, I must check on this. She runs over and she's checking on something she's got brewing, and you can tell from the smell everything comes out clear, but the smells are different every time you're in there.
So I start reading all of her little things.
Yes.
Do I
You
learn
read it.
anything? I read it.
Yes. Let's make a I don't know. How about spellcraft check?
Maybe something I can use. Well, I tried to pick it up and move it without moving it, and it says it's a 20. I don't know, crit, so I don't know if I should reroll that one.
All right.
Instant
But
replay.
my middle one
We'll
is
take
24, so.
Oh, all right. You learn some things.
Yes!
Actually, alchemy seems to be, it's like there's alchemy and there's alchemy. And what she does has some magic involved in it, and that kind of thing is beyond what you do. It's not your type of magic. But then there's just sort of, what we would call chemistry, right? And you learn how to do some things that would be, obviously you learn how to use this fireweed kelp, right? And it's a spice. It's a hot spice. It's something that if you put it in there, you got to be real careful with how much you put in there. You realize this because of the other uses of it. When it's activated with alchemical magic, It's used
Oh, we're
for
not in the game.
alchemist's fire. It's one of the main ingredients in how she makes her alchemist fire.
So what I can do is I can take a little bit of the part that's just dried, just a tiny pinch off of the part that's dry, and put it in the pot.
Sure. Okay, so you start, you're real conservative
Very
with it
conservative.
at first, and you let that boil and bubble for a little while. And you sort of go back and forth between her books, and as you learn something else, you're like,
I
okay.
start just taking it all in, like
Yeah.
books, learning.
And it's real easy to move back and forth between these two rooms, so you do that while she's scurrying around doing whatever she's doing, and Croup is snoring and drooling. At some point, maybe halfway through the day, Croup wakes up.
No, there you go, Bezabel. There. Oh, there you are. I can smell you, Bezabel.
He just puts his nose right in Bezabel's wing and just breathes it in.
Some relationship.
Oh, there's my girl. You been here, Bezabel? Oh,
He wakes up enough to notice that you're there.
oh, Phoebe. Phoebe, you find that fish hook?
I still haven't found the fish hook.
Okay. Well, we're gonna have to do something else because I don't think Cutthroat Brock gonna give you any more of her jerky.
No, probably not.
No. Now she might sell you some. I heard you got your money back, huh?
I did.
Well, now you can go buy something. You know she got the good rum in there, huh?
Yeah.
It's not that grog stuff that they roll up onto the deck, right? She got the real rum. It's the rum that we put in the water to make the grog, huh?
Yeah, I should
Pure rum.
probably worry about the jerky. I don't want to get heel hauled or go in the box.
Well, that's true. So, yeah, maybe get some of that rum. Oh, I mean the jerky. Get some of that jerky. Because of the cooking thing. You
Yeah.
gotta make the cooking thing. Maybe you get old Habley Corn help you out make a hook out of wood or something.
Have who?
Habley Corn?
Yeah.
You know the Stitch Man? He gonna fix all the broken piece of the ship or the crew?
No, but is he on day shift?
Well, he on whatever shift he want because he the only one that do what he do.
Yes, I can ask around for him.
A little halfling guy.
Okay.
He talk like he got a funny accent when he talk.
That doesn't help you at all because it doesn't sound like anything useful.
And what was his name again?
Oh, Habley Corn. They call him the Stitch Man. You know, because he's gonna stitch up
Right.
the sail or the person.
Okay. You know where I could find Cutthroat right now? Would she still be asleep?
She probably asleep, but you can go check back in her room.
She's not gonna hit me.
Well, she might hit you. I ain't gonna make no promises.
Oh, okay.
He rubs his head. You can tell he's got a good hangover.
Nasty hangover.
So I'll go over to her, go into Pepper's room to her door
Mm-hmm.
really softly. Like, is her door unlocked? Like, can I try it or
You try it. It is unlocked.
so I'm gonna like listen?
Mm-hmm.
Do I perceive anything? Do
Nope.
I know? No. I'll just kind of push open the door just to crack, see if I can see anything in there or hear anything.
Yeah, she's laying on her bed, on top of the covers.
I'm gonna back out and I'm gonna go up to the top deck
Okay.
and start asking around for the Stitch Man.
Okay. Yeah, they let you know that he spends a lot of time down in like that front area on the bottom where all the storage stuff is. He's got his supplies. Most of his supplies are there, right? So yeah, he's probably there, if anywhere,
Okay,
and he's somewhere.
so I'll go down and look for him.
Yeah, ship's not that big.
Yeah.
So you go down and you find him. He's down there working on a sail. He's just stitching it up. It's that sail that they changed out last night.
So, excuse me, Mr. Stitchman, sir?
Oh, yeah. Happily Corn at your service.
Hi, I'm Phoebe. I'm Mr. Fishgut's assistant.
Oh, hi, Phoebe.
Hello.
Oh, you're responsible for the delicious meals we've had.
Oh, you're too kind. That's kind of what I want to talk to you about.
Uh-huh.
I am in desperate need of a fish hook. And I
Fish
was
hook?
told that maybe you could help with that.
Oh, well, I don't have any fish hooks. But I've got some line.
Do you have anything that you could possibly make into a fish hook?
We could use some of these needles. I've got quite a few.
That would be great. That just something so that we can have a little bit more variety in our meals.
Let's see what we can cook up. Haha, see what I did?
That was a good one.
He's pleased that you laughed at his bad joke. So he takes one of his needles and kind of messes with it a little bit. We'd have to heat it up. If we bend it, it'll break. But if we heat it up first, that should work all right. Let's go up to the galley.
Okay.
You go up to the galley, and he goes over to the oven and kind of figures out if where he can heat this thing up. And he's not. He actually breaks a needle, but he just smiles and looks at you. Oh, it'll be all right. He grabs another needle. This one's a little bit bigger. He holds it in the oven above the flame there. Gets it nice red hot, and this one he bends it a little bit and then puts it back in and bends it a little bit more until he's got like a nice hook on it. And then he runs a string through the eye of the needle, so it's kind of a natural way to make a fish hook. He's like, well, I mean, that's the best I think I can do.
Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you so much. Is there anything that I could do for you?
Oh, you just make sure you catch some good ones on that, will ya?
Absolutely.
Cook us up a delicious meal.
Thank you. Also, since I'm in the galley, I'm going to go ahead and grab the fish net to go ahead and have them put the fish net out as well.
Okay.
Doesn't hurt.
Yep.
And would there be anything I could use for bait? I'm thinking not.
I mean, sure. There's you got bread. You've got. Let's see. You divided your jerky up, right?
Yeah.
So there'd be like a second pot going
Right.
for today's meal. You could pull whatever out of there.
I'll take a couple little pieces of jerky out and kind of tear
Sure.
it up so it's softer.
Yeah, it is
So
soft.
how many hooks do I have? Just one?
Just the one.
Just the one? Have to do. So while everything's in there cooking, I will go set up top and...
Where is she when she's doing her fishing? And the nets and all.
Where are you? The nets are going to be at the back of
Yeah, the nets will be in the back, and then I'll probably be kind of on that side where there's no railing. I'll just be kind of like
On this
with
side
my
or over here?
port side.
Mhm.
That's
It's
this
day
one?
shift, so yes, port
Okay.
side.
Well, I mean, you can go to either side of the ship. I just have
Okay.
it set up that way
That's
for me
okay.
to remember.
Sorry. No, it's okay. I'm gonna go to port side and toss the line over and wait.
So you go fishing.
I go fishing.
Make a survival check.
Oh dear.
So you see her.
Well, I see that
Fishing.
she's got the nets and that she's fishing.
I got a 14 and I also crit.
You got a 14 on a crit.
Uh-huh.
You catch 5 fish on the same hook at the same
The
time.
fish are just jumping onto the ship.
Right. That's why I want to just summon fish.
You catch
I'm
a
not
couple of
Aquaman.
Yeah.
you catch a couple
That'd be cool though.
good sized fish. You can tell you can tell that they're biting. And you can feel some like you've got one on the hook, but when you pull it, you start to reel it in, and then it's gone. So it's like the hook isn't setting, but you do manage to catch a pretty good sized swordfish.
Ooh.
And that one, for some reason, it's like the fight in the swordfish makes you work harder, but it doesn't let it off the line.
Wow.
And so that one, you're able to reel all the way in. And once you get it up, like where it's out of the water, some people see what you're doing and they're like, oh yeah, and they come over and they start pulling up the line and helping you out with it because you don't have a
A pole.
a pole. You're just hanging your line off the edge. So
Right.
you get some help and you drag this swordfish up onto the deck.
And then I get my hammer.
And you get your aspergill.
So Patrick sees this.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so he kind of comes down the line a little bit, and because he sees she doesn't have a fishing kit and all that, you know, be right back, you know, whatever, and kind of sneaks down to his gear and comes back up and kind of secretly like hands you that.
I was just gonna say,
Good food today.
thank you. Yes, thank you so much.
He just kind of slide it.
I'm just kind of in shock, like,
Yeah.
Just all.
Patrick palms the fishing pole.
Well, yeah.
There you go.
It's probably taller. It's a kit, and it looks like
Yeah.
it's in pieces. So
All
I
right.
mean, we had some that would sit under.
That's
Yeah.
fine. That's fine.
do I use that now, or am I kind of done? I got this
Yeah, no,
fish,
you can use that. So
Oh,
you
yeah.
you've got this one
Sure.
fish on the kind of the homemade hook.
Because I would know what this is.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm just,
This is a nice kit,
oh.
and it's got all the things that you would expect from a fishing kit. So
I'm just impressed you caught a swordfish on a
On a bent needle, yeah.
yeah, well she
Well,
critted.
sail needle.
I
Yeah,
critted.
sail needle would be a heavy needle.
Yeah.
You need like a triple leather needle.
Yeah,
What's more impressive is that the line held.
yeah.
But you were using spider wire, like 50-pound test line.
Make another survival check to actually do your real fishing with a real fishing.
advantage? I got an 11.
So yeah, you managed to catch several more fish throughout the day. None as big as the swordfish. Several different types of fish. But what you notice is that they're not getting off the line because this is a proper hook and it's got that little barb in it. You know, and
Right.
that barb makes a difference. So when the fish, stops fighting, it doesn't just slip out of its mouth. So you reel in several more fish, and you have enough fish to make a very hearty meal for probably a few days.
Yeah. Not going in the box.
There's no room in there.
That's very
Killian's
scary
still in
for
there.
me.
Yeah, you
Killian's
go
still
feed
there.
him his meal at the end of your shift.
And I'll try and heal him
Again.
for 7.
Oh.
Actually.
Oh.
That was nice.
You hear this very dry, thank you.
Oh.
So sad.
That's sad.
Does he ever get out?
If he shows
Well,
up.
we'll see if he
When he
shows
comes
back up.
When we get back out,
He'll come back.
on the next
He'll come back out like
episode.
3 or 4 game nights later, and like, okay, you're a skeleton in a box. What do you want to do?
Yeah. You go make friends with the guy in the cage.
When we get out of the box, find out.
Alright, anything that you want to do during
I
their
go
day
back up
shift?
my lines.
You do what?
I go back up where I'm supposed to be.
Yeah.
During their day shift, no.
No.
There's a party on the deck. Drinking is happening. Rosie
Gambling.
plays gambling. Rosie plays some songs.
Playing some bounder.
Yep. Okay.
Alright, so this is the end of our shift and we're just kind of chilling.
Yeah. Moods
Alright.
have lifted a little bit.
Alright.
People seeing the big fish pulled up on the deck
Mhm.
today really
Decent
helped.
meal, yeah,
Really
coming.
helped.
Can we
Yeah.
get
Alright,
out of the box?
so
Morale has lifted.
we've got, is this a flask or is this like a, I mean,
No, it's that bottle. It looks just like that.
okay,
It's a bottle.
so I share that a little bit with some of my buddies, Rosie, of course,
Mm-hmm.
and myself.
Of
Does
course.
Bandana guy happen to come by or anything?
Well, he is on the opposite shift of you,
Oh,
so
okay.
he'll be waking up when you're going
Yeah,
to
and he
bed.
can't drink
Although
then.
He
he would move
probably
by
still
you.
would.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you got a grudge against him,
Yeah.
you might be able to get it put in the box.
Revenge!
Enticing
I don't
him
want
to
him to
drink.
know that I've got the whole bottle either.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Because these are things that I gathered on the first day that I'm
Yeah,
probably.
that's why.
contraband.
Like you pour a glass and hide the bottle as it comes past. Hey, you want some of this?
Wow.
Which you could do. I mean, you've got
Yeah.
your foot lockers that go underneath your there's 2 foot lockers underneath each stack of hammocks. So one of those is yours.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Patrick will be really good if there's a loose floorboard too. It says he's good at
Yeah.
hiding things.
Okay, and
So,
you can do that
Yeah.
if that's what you want to.
You put up a floorboard and drop your bottle underneath, and you hear it like clank into the
No,
bottom
but I
of the
mean
bill.
in the side of the ship or whatever. I mean,
You hear
he's
a-
just
you hear a
any
slight
little
splash.
places that might
Yeah.
be able to store things and hide things. He's good at that.
Sure, you can find an area like that.
The stuff that I'm not supposed to have, I don't necessarily want in my locker in case somebody searches it.
In fact, you since you said that, you discover that there is this kind of a hidden area in the ship that it's not accessible by any normal means, but above the galley and
Is that here?
and below the front of the ship, there's this whole area here.
Like a smuggler's hole.
And
Because I would know this.
I'm assuming the rest of the crew does too.
well, some of the crew does, but a lot of people just aren't that perceptive, and so you kind of just take it for granted that hey, this is just it is what it is. They don't question it. But Patrick, since he's looking
My
for
dad
things,
was the leader of the smugglers, so.
I
He
bet the
finds
captain
it.
at least knows about it.
Yeah,
if he goes
I'm
through,
sure.
if he's stashing even
Captain
own
doesn't
stuff.
I mean, I'm sure the
want to
captain knows
well
about
with
it.
his ship.
you don't have a chance to really
Galaxy Quest.
explore it,
Yeah.
and you're not really sure what the proper way to access it is. But you just note in your head that your mental map of the ship
Yeah.
shows
this
this
doesn't
gap.
line up. Yeah.
Right, you got a ceiling of a galley here, and then you have the front of the ship here, and there's this empty space
Okay,
there.
so there's just got an empty space. It's so sad.
Yeah.
So can he kind of do some more perception to see if he can find a little crack or?
Yeah, I mean, you'd have to be in the galley to do that. And usually when you're in the galley, you're just passing through, right? You're coming up the stairs, circling around, and then going up the stairs. But as you go up the stairs or even down the stairs, you're kind of looking for any little chink in the armor, right? A crack where you can sort of figure out.
So at nighttime, maybe come back up. And,
Yeah. All right, so we'll pick up with the night shift of the third or maybe fourth day. I don't know.
We
Next
don't
time.
know. We'll find out.
I don't have any plugs here, but
Mr. Plug.
there's
Mr.
Mr.
Plug,
Plug.
that's what, yeah.
There's the plug.
Mr. Plug does all the plugs.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, why not?
Check out Shipworks on backerkit.com.
Well, he's really going for it.
And whatever you do, do it for fortune and story. I'm Mr. Plug signing off.
Bye.